All right, let's talk about one of the most complex and honestly fascinating figures in all of cosmology, Lord Shiva. You might know him by names like Mahadeva, the great god, or Rudra, the fierce one. But his truest identity, well, it's really found in the powerful contradictions that he represents.
Right off the bat, we're hit with a paradox. Is he a destroyer or a savior? A total hermit or a devoted husband? I mean, he's the ultimate ascetic, completely lost in meditation, but at the same time, he's this passionate family man. He's the lord of cosmic destruction, but he's also the one who can conquer death itself. So how can one being be all of these things at once? That's what we're going to explore.
And this lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have Shiva the ascetic. This is the master of Vairagya, or dispassion, living in the freezing solitude of the Himalayas. But then, on the other side, you've got Shiva the householder, the loving husband and father, right at the heart of the divine family. See, this isn't a contradiction we need to solve. It's a duality we need to understand.
To really get this, we have to go deeper than his familiar image. We need to look past the guy with the matted hair and the trident and get to the very core of what Shiva represents cosmologically. And that is the ultimate, unchanging reality that everything, and I mean everything, comes from.
It basically boils down to two states of being. The first is Nishkala. This is the formless, absolute reality. Think of it as pure consciousness itself, with no name, no shape. Then there's Sakala, which is when that formless reality takes on a body, an embodied form, with all the attributes we recognize, so that we can actually perceive and connect with him.
I love this analogy. Think about it. All the drama of the universe, all the cycles of creation and destruction, they're just like waves on the surface of the ocean. Shiva's real nature is the deep, silent, unchanging water underneath it all. He is the stillness that holds all the motion.
And his most profound form, the Jyotirlinga, captures this idea perfectly. The story goes that Brahma the creator and Vishnu the preserver were arguing about who was supreme. Suddenly, Shiva appears as this infinite pillar of light. Neither of them could find its beginning or its end, proving that he was the ultimate source, the reality that was way beyond their comprehension.
Okay, so we have this formless reality, but how does it actually do anything in the universe? Well, even in his manifested form, Shiva isn't just one thing. He's actually a combination of cosmic forces, and these are represented by his 5 faces.
Let's break this down because it's super cool. Each of Shiva's 5 faces, the Pancha Brahma, represents a fundamental piece of reality. So, for instance, the Sajojata face is linked to the element of earth and the act of creation. Then, at the other end of the whole cycle, you have the Agora face, which is tied to fire and annihilation. Put them all together, and these 5 faces represent the entire cosmic process: creation, maintenance, annihilation, concealment, and finally, liberation. The whole shebang.
But you know, it's not all about these huge, abstract cosmic principles. Shiva's character really comes to life in these epic, superpersonal stories. These myths show us the god not just as some distant force, but as a being with deep emotions and powerful actions.
Okay, so picture this. The gods and the demons are churning the cosmic ocean because they want the nectar of immortality. But before they get to the good stuff, this lethal poison called hala hala bubbles up. And this stuff is so deadly, it threatens to just dissolve the entire universe.
While everyone else is running away in terror, Shiva just steps forward and calmly drinks the poison. He holds it in his throat, which turns blue, and he neutralizes its power, saving all of creation. This act wasn't just about saving the world. It shows his incredible ability to take in the most toxic, negative forces in the cosmos and transform them.
But this next story, wow. This one shows us the other side of that detached ascetic. It reveals the passionate, grieving husband. It's a story of love and loss so huge that it nearly brings the universe to its knees. And it all starts with Sati.
So Sati's father, Daksha, he despises Shiva. He holds this huge sacrifice and invites every single god except Shiva. Sati goes to defend her husband's honor, but she's just publicly humiliated. Unable to stand the insult, she gives up her life in the sacrificial fire. When Shiva finds out, his grief is absolute, and it unleashes a fury that threatens to literally unmake the cosmos.
And this isn't just a story about rage. He picks up Sati's body and begins the Rudra Tandava, this terrifying dance of destruction. His grief is so powerful it fuels a cosmic apocalypse. To stop him and save everything, Vishnu has to step in. It's a profound myth that shows just how personal loss can have absolutely devastating cosmic consequences.
So to stop the dance, Vishnu uses his discus to break Sati's body into 51 pieces, which scatter across the land. But here's the amazing part. Out of that horrific act of destruction, a new kind of creation happens. Every place where a piece of her body fell became a Shakti pith, a sacred center of divine feminine energy, spreading her power all across the world.
So, you might be thinking, with a being this complex, this powerful, how do his followers even begin to connect with that ultimate reality? Well, let's look at a few key elements of worship, which are themselves deeply symbolic of his nature.
The central symbol for worship is the Shiva Linga, and it's not just some icon, it's a representation of his dual reality. It's the point where the formless, unmanifest reality, Nishkala, meets the manifested, embodied world, Sakala. It really symbolizes the origin point of the entire universe. Another really key element is Bhasma, or holy ash. Shiva smears his body with ash, and this represents the ultimate truth of existence. After the great fire dissolves the entire universe, all that's left is ash. So putting it on your body is this powerful, constant reminder that this material world is temporary.
And this brings us to one of his most powerful aspects. The Mahamrityunjay mantra, known as the Great Victory Over Death mantra, is said to be like a divine armor. The legend of the young sage Markandeya, who is fated to die, is incredible. When Yama, the god of death, showed up, Markandeya chanted this mantra with all his heart. Shiva was so moved that he appeared and defeated death itself, earning the name Mrityunjaya, the conqueror of death.
And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Shiva isn't just a god of destruction or creation, he is the rhythm of the cosmos itself, that endless cycle that creates, sustains, and dissolves everything back into silence. And that brings this huge cosmic story right back to our own lives and makes us ask, what is our place within this endless cosmic dance?